Hello there, and welcome to our water cycle art project, where we will be making a mobile of the water cycle. At the beginning of the video, you will have a list of all the things that you need. However, these things will be included in your packet. First up, you will be making your white Bristol board, the large one, into a cylinder. Now there are two ways you could go about making this mobile. The first way is making both the big white and the big blue Bristol board, pieces of Bristol boards, into cylinders and then joining the smaller pieces. Or you can lay them both flat, join them both to the white, the smaller strips to the white, then the blue, and then you join the big white piece and the big blue piece and make them both into cylinders after. So it's your choice. So either you make the two cylinders first, or you attach the smaller strips and join them after. But for the purposes of this lesson and time, I did them this way first. Now this is the second time I'm taping this, so as a result I didn't use glue this time. I used a stapler. However, the glue makes it much neater and they will not move around. So I recommend you glue your pieces together. You'll notice the direction of the drops of water. The blue ones go down, where the white ones go up. So the blue ones stand for precipitation, because precipitation is rain, and the white ones represent water vapor, and they go up to form the clouds. They condense. So after you get the direction of your water droplets correct, remember the three dark blue ones go down, the two white ones are going up. You can draw on your cylinder, color it, make sure it looks like water, and you join your strips to it. As I said, I used a stapler. You can use glue. I measured each of the strips to make sure that they would be the same length. So each one of them at 10 inches, I drew a line with a colored pencil, a blue colored pencil, and I was able to staple it along that line for each one. Next, you're going to take your tags. First one, collection, you can stick it. I used tape for this part, as I said, to save time. Stick it on the large Bristol board. Precipitation would go on one of the dark blue droplets. The strips with the dark blue droplets. Evaporation would go on one of the strips with the white droplets going up. The last one being condensation, which will be placed on the large white Bristol board at the top. So you take your time, you label your mobile, and you're almost there. From here, we want to go to our cotton balls. I recommended that you get 18, however I used more than 18 for this project because I wanted it to look fluffy. So it's up to you, but no less than 20. And my cotton balls are small. Sometimes some of you may have larger cotton balls. So you take them, you use your glue, and you just stick them to the top. what I did when I was finished sticking them where I wanted them to be, because they represent the clouds, when the water vapor goes up and it cools down and they collect, they form the clouds, you can fluff them out, extend them a little, take them and pull them apart a little. But make sure your glue is nice and dry before you do this. Mine was wet, and at one point it was coming off on my fingers, and some of the cotton was sticking up, so be careful. Make sure yours is totally dry before you start fluffing it out and making them bigger. So you added your clouds to your mobile. Excellent. We're headed to the last step, the final step, where you have to put in your string that would hold the mobile. I misplaced my hole punch, so I had to use an ice pick. You're putting a small hole at the top and bottom of your sun, and 4 places on your mobile opposite each other, front and back, side to side. So when you've measured it for yourself, you eyeball it, you make sure you know where you want it, you make your holes, you use your string or your twine. You could use grocery twine or any white thread or black thread you may have at home, and you put it through these holes. Now at one point you'll see me using a tape to see how much thread I should use. I use a tape because I like using tapes, but you could go ahead and offer up the thread. See how much you need. If you choose to use the tape, just remember anything between 9 to 11 inches will work, and I doubled my thread as well so that it would be able to take the weight. So you tie the back to front first, then you tie the side to side, so it'll be like an X at the top, and you tie your string, your third set of string at the middle, and you make sure you tie it in such a way so that it's even, it's not lopsided. You hold it up after you tie it and make sure. Then you knot it. You pass it through the first hole at the bottom of the sun. Right at the front, you pass it through, you pull it to the back, and then you pull it up and pass it through the first hole at the top of the sun, so that nobody has to see the thread on the face of your smiling sun. I put a smiley face there because of all the rain we've been having, the precipitation. When you've finished, you've completed putting in your thread, and you like where it is, you can knot it at the back and put your finger through it so that you know you can test it out, see if it stands, and you're done. You have created a water cycle mobile. So it takes some time, you need some patience, but it is possible. I hope you have fun making this one. Bye until next time.